Well, that wasn't the match that I expected. For those that aren't up to speed, the previous video to this one right here on the Catch Fishing Vlogs channel was from right here at this peg this morning before the start of today's match. So this has been day 3 of the Larford Silver Fish Festival. I'm all packed up now. All the anglers have gone behind me. All the burr is clear now. All the vehicles have gone. I've just got to load my gear in the van and then it's back to the digs for a nice hot meal. You're probably going to want to know how the match has gone. Well, if you saw the vlog earlier, you will have an idea about how I was going to tackle the match. To cut a long story short and to summarise things, I was quite a long way behind in this competition after 2 days, purely because the skimmers and the bream are not feeding, and that's all I've fished for 2 days. That's all I've done, and I literally haven't caught one. I've caught the odd small fish, and that is it. Caught me off guard, I'll be absolutely honest with you, and this has been a low attended competition, and because it's such low numbers, I didn't really want to come and have a 250-mile round trip to come down here practicing for an event with such few anglers in it. So I just kind of tried to wing it, and I've come down here knowing what I know about the venue and just fish for bream and skimmers, and it's just not happening. The complete lake, the lake has just shut down. From what we hear today, this is the end. It's day 3's finished now. There's one more day tomorrow. From what I've heard on the bank, there have literally been about 4 skimmers caught on the whole lake. Paul Cook on my right has had a nice size one, about 1.5 pounds. We think Ben over there, we think he's had 2, and we think there's been one caught down here about 10 ounce, and that is it. For the sheer number of bream and skimmers that are in this venue, it's just unheard of for them to just shut down. Now, my plan, because I was behind on weight, was to fish for them for the full 5 hours. I've fished on 2 lines, 15 metres and 30 metres, with a nice braid cage feeder set up with maggots and pinkies. I've tried putting worm through it as well, and I've kind of, you can use your own terminology for it and you can put it into whatever context you want. It's been a very long, hard winter this winter, and I've had many hours on different venues sitting without bites where you're just not catching fish. And I've got to be absolutely honest that whilst I'm behind in this competition, after 4 hours of just not catching anything, I was absolutely fed up. I've got about 3 small fish that big that I've caught by accident fishing for skimmers, and I'm just not getting any bites whatsoever. And after 4 hours, I thought, what am I doing here? I'm not going to win it like this or win anything, because those better fish just quite simply aren't feeding. So with 1 hour to go, I thought, I'm just going to fish for bites. I'm just going to fish for roach and fish for anything really. And for the last hour, I've changed my mix. I've fined down my tattle, my line, my hooks and everything, and just fished as though I wanted to fish for bites. Fishing for roach, it's a way that I love to fish. Rod on my knee, completely opposite from what I've been doing. And I'm not kidding, for that last hour, I've had a bite every single cast. And I've actually ended up catching over 1 kilo of fish in that last hour, which, obviously, you could argue that that is the best time of day to do that. I completely appreciate that. That is when the roach generally feed better. You can see that the light levels are going. But I find it hard to believe that I wouldn't have had, quite a few bites throughout the day had I done that for the full 5 hours. Would I have got the weight that I needed to make up? I don't know, because it would have depended on how, early I could catch those fish. And so I've ended up weighing 1 kilo 300. I've had over 1 kilo, well over 1 kilo in that last hour. I don't know how many fish I've had for that. I don't know, 30 fish maybe. And the best weight on this bank is 1 kilo 700. And that's actually come, it's joint weight. Ian Giddins has been down there, the match organiser. He's been down there on the end peg. He's had 1 kilo 700. Next to him has been Paul Cook. He's fished a different match. He's had a few roach, but he's had a 1.5 pound skimmer as well. He's weighed exactly 1 kilo 700, exactly the same weight. I've been here with 1 kilo 300, and then the next best weight has been right down there on the other end peg with 1 kilo 100. So I'm obviously kicking myself a little bit because, had those small fish been there earlier, then I obviously could have, if it had worked as well as it had in the last hour, it could have been a very, very different story. So I still think I'm going to be at least, I don't know, 2.5 kilos off a framing position. There's 1 day to go tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm actually over there on Shallybank. All the anglers that have been on Shallybank today or over here on the Burbank tomorrow. So I'm just waiting for the results. They're going to be over there shortly doing the results and the draw for tomorrow. And when I see that, I'm going to make my mind up, you know, what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm either going to just go out for the all-win and just try and fish for bream. At the moment, I don't want to do that because there just aren't any feeding, you know, and I will be sat there hoping that they're just going to switch on, but there isn't any sign of them switching on. And the other option is for fish 5 hours back to back for bites, exactly how I've spent that last hour, and just fish for bites, fish for whatever's there, and try and just enjoy the day. And if the fish are there like they have been in that last hour, then 2-3 kilos is possible if they're there all day, if I could get it right. And that way, you know, I'm just going to try and enjoy the final day of the festival. It's one of those. I'm going to have a look what kind of weights I need to chase tomorrow when the results are done. I know I'm already going to be going over there. I'm not too fussy about what peg I'm on because it's fished hard over there today. So that's it. That's my dilemma for this evening. I'm going to get my van loaded up and I'm going to head back to the digs with Dad, go and have a nice hot meal and a couple of beverages. And then we're back here at 8:30 in the morning. I will do an upload for you right here on the Catch Fishing Vlog channel. So when I'm over there tomorrow morning at my peg, I'll do a quick download for you. I'll upload a video here letting you know what my decision is, how I'm going to tackle it, because at the moment I don't know. At the moment I'd love to fish back to back for bites just to enjoy the day and have a day's fishing, but I'll see what the weights are and just have a look at how realistic, you know, that might have a chance of getting me the weight that I need. I don't know at this stage. So thanks for all the great messages, everybody. It's been a bit of a disappointing festival as regards the actual fishing, but with such low weights, I'm sure you'll agree that events like this, when they're as close as this, are absolutely wide open. So thanks for following both videos right here today, and I'll check in with you tomorrow with an update from my peg somewhere over there where I'll let you know how I'm going to be tackling the 4th and final day.